Hey, it's Becca here with Peachy Innovations. I just wanted to show you guys how to clean up your inbox because it's springtime, sort of, even though there's snow outside at the moment in Colorado. But let's do some spring cleaning for the inbox, and this will actually help with possibly either eliminating the need for a VA or taking a lot off that VA's plate. Depends on really like what type of emails you get. But what I like to do is really heavily use the use of labels over here. And this is for Google. So if you have Microsoft Office, I can't really help you out there. You're going to have to Google how to do it. But they have similar concepts with their filtering process. So take a look at that too. Okay, so the point here is to get to inbox zero as easily as possible and as automated as possible. And I'm going to start with showing you how to create a label. So I already have mine very organized. I have business, education, finances, health, notes. I think this one's empty. Yeah. Anyways, and then personal. And then I have sub labels on all of these. As you can see, this is how you delete one. And here's how you add one. I don't really have a need for a new one. Maybe this will come up during. But as you can see, we have business. Under business, we have OTAs. That's going to be Airbnb and Furnish Finders. And then, I have stuff broken down further. So, those payout emails that you get from Airbnb, I have those filtered directly into the payouts because I see it in my bank account. I don't necessarily need an email notification for that. This was specific for an Airbnb claim that I wanted to obviously keep the information of. Here's my actual business, not real estate related. And then here's all the stuff related to the actual homes I have, and those are all broken down as well. And I have an umbrella because we have some services that account for every single house. So like Price Labs, for example, it's not every house, but it's multiple. And waste management, I have a subscription through there for almost all of those. So yeah, you can nestle these however you want to. And here's my personal stuff. So I'm going to put test. I'm not going to put it under anything. Actually, I'm not even going to create it because you get the idea. All right, so let's go to the inbox and let's start organizing some stuff. All right, so we have Slack. I don't need to be notified every single month when my subscription gets renewed because that's just something I want to happen. And what I'm going to do here is hit those three dots at the very top. I'm going to move my face. Filter messages like these. And then, let's see, what was that? Your plan has renewed. So what I'm going to do is has the word plan has renewed. Search. And then I'm going to create a filter from that. And what I want to do here is I'm going to skip the inbox because I don't want it in my inbox. Bog stuff down. I'm going to mark it as red. This is optional. This is however you want to do it. And then I'm going to make sure I apply the label. And then from there, this is going to actually go under Peachy Innovations, sort of a receipt. And then make sure you check this at the bottom. It's going to be able to filter the ones that already exist. Take care of that for you. So create that filter. Boom. That's organized. This is a communication that I get regularly for the California house. It's an insurance placement lady that I'm close with. Well, not close with, but I've worked with her a handful of times. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to filter messages like these. If it's from her, I know it is for the California house. I'm going to create a filter. I don't want this to skip the inbox because communication with her is important. I don't want to mark it as red. Let's start it, apply the label, and from here it's going to go to my inbox, and then it's also going to go into the California house folder. Actually, I think I want to add a new label for this. So let's nest this under California house, create it, and apply it to old stuff, create the filter. And then from here, so like this, for instance, this email, once I have read it, I've replied to it, or whatever the case is, I can simply go like this, and I still have that communication for archive purposes. So that's why I wanted to create this filter, because now I can just, instead of deleting stuff or manually moving something to the label, like this is how you would do that, for instance. That's how you manually move. So it's much easier if you just have it open and you go like this. Boom. And then she's gone. All right, this one. I think you guys get the concept. You want to do like one more? Maybe something that's a little bit more complicated. I'm going to go to my existing filters for this. And from here, this is how you get to your existing filters. Edit them as you need. You go to settings, see all settings, and here's your filter messages. This is going to be, let's look at this one. So from here, I don't delete these. I probably should because I literally never look at this shit. Anyways, I have this for weekly usage reports for one of the houses. And I have the subject actually written out. So all of these particular emails will go to a particular folder. Skip the inbox, mark it as read, apply the label, never send it to spam. I don't even think this one's really necessary. You can add it if you want. I think that's already been applied, so we're good there. Maybe just one more thing to show you. Let's see a one-off email that is not going to always go in the same spot. I know I showed you like the drag and drop, but you can also move stuff like this or just apply a label like this if you want it to stay in. This is apply label, and that's going to keep it in your inbox. This is going to be moving it. And this one is going to go to the Ohio house. So if the IRS ever wants to audit me, they are just going to get a bunch of documentation of emails. So that's a warning. Don't do it. I'm clean. Anyways, have a good day.